Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another match day watch along, and it's another neutral match day watch along as well. No, again, emotional ties to this one whatsoever. We don't want, not really bothered who wins this one because obviously the last time we did was Leeds versus Man City. As Arsenal fans, predominantly, we all wanted Leeds to do us a favour. They decided they didn't want to. And yeah, the rest is history on that. But this one, completely neutral, no real, no jeopardy for us really, because for whoever wins it doesn't affect Arsenal really in terms of the league and the title race as it stands. We are literally as well 5 minutes away from kick-off. I'm just going to go quickly run through the teams. We bear with me, grab them up on my phone. By the way, we will be keeping a constant eye over on West Ham and Brentford. That's not been able to be shown on TV here in the UK. But we will keep an eye on it. It's currently 0-0, 10 minutes in. In goal for Liverpool, the home team. Anderson, obviously, in the back four, Trent, Alexander-Arnold, who can't defend, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, and Andrew Robinson. Then a midfield trio of Harvey Elliott in for Fabinho, who's not in matchday squad at all because his wife is due to give birth to their child. Jordan Henderson and Thiago. Mohamed Salah, Darwin Nunez, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain up top. And then for Leicester City, we've got Danny Ward in goal. Can't get the ball if he's not feeling enough the money. Timothy Castagne, Daniel Amati is dropped into the back four. Faz as another centre back, Luke Thomas, and in Samare in the CDM role. Then you got another, just in front of this stack of base, you've got Perez, Ndidi, Dewsbury Hall, and Harvey Barnes, and Patson Daka up top. Teams have just hit the tunnel on my screen. The bouquets of flowers are in Allison's hands and Henderson's hands, respectively. There's two bouquets. There's going to be wreaths. That's been taken out tonight. One in honour of Pele, obviously, with the news yesterday, the last 24 hours. They're paying their tribute to him. And obviously, Allison's, I'm assuming that's the tribute Allison's got in his hands, because obviously been Brazilian and all that. And paying tribute to someone else as well. One of the backroom staff at Liverpool from years gone by. Oh dear, right, let's get the scoreboard ready for you guys as well. Bear with me. I'll get my score predictions, by the way. But as you come in, guys, do get your score predictions in the chat as well. Again, I'm not really bothered, but going on Leicester City's last outing at home to Newcastle, you got to say Liverpool. If Liverpool turn up tonight, it should be a whitewash for them. Basically, it should be a comfortable Liverpool win. Sadly. But we'll see. Maybe Leicester will do something that they didn't do and turn up tonight and put a performance in and upset the odds. As I say, we'll be talking of fucking poor performances. We'll be keeping an eye on West Ham and Brentford, as I say, as I've already said. Still 0-0, but anything happens there, you'll be the first to know here on the channel. Not VEC. There we go. Scoreboard is ready and up. We're ready to go. Not up yet. Got Mr. Tom in the chat already. Says you spoil us. You really do. Another stream. It wasn't planned. It was purely down to winning the vote earlier on at the back end of the last stream that we did. It was mentioned in the chat, but I think it was BX mentioned the game's on tonight. I looked into who was on this, that, and the other. It was actually on the UK TV. Instead of running around looking for a stream. and then put a vote into the into the actual live chat that I've done for this. If people wanted me to do another stream tonight for a Premier League watch-along, and it's the yes stonkingly won. Put it that way, convincingly won. And here we are, basically. As I go away, cook dinner, have dinner, sort of thumbnail out, get me drink, get me drink in, and get everything set up again. Oh dear. One thing I'm going to take down a bit because Jimmy Carragher's co-commentator next to me. I can't stand Jimmy Carragher. I can't stand the prick. In terms of co-comment, I mean, again, you're meant to have neutral commentators, like commentate and co-commentate. It's meant to be completely neutral to the two teams playing. But for 5 years now, Sky have just, maybe longer than that actually, Sky have just thrown that method out the window and gone, fuck it, Liverpool playing Jamie Carragher. Man United, Gary Neville. And if you're not available for United, Carragher's taking charge, and then vice versa. Hardly neutral in affecting rivals or former player of the team. That's the minute's applause that they've held for former Liverpool player David Johnson and obviously ex-Brazil and World Cup winning legend Pele. That's why I took taking part and showing my respects. We're now literally moments away from kickoff, so I do get your score predictions. I'm going to go for 2-0 Liverpool win. Unless I can get us under. Well, then the CDM, yeah. The midfielder's kicking the game off. Of course he is. Okay, now heard it all now. You've got Daka, the striker, and kick the game off. Oh no, we put the CDM, the defensive player, in the kick-off. Don't give it back to him straight from the off. Go fucking say like what you're doing. I hate teams that do that, by the way. When they kick, especially when they're away from home, when they kick off, like from the first half, they kick off, pass back to the defender, and the defender just hurdles it to the water. Just basically goes, "We don't want it, you have it," and we'll just defend and try to defend for our lives. All very scrappy. Given the ball, 30 seconds in, and I can count literally already on one hand the amount of times the Leicester are giving the ball away in the midfield, or literally just on the third or just final third. What's happened to Sancho, by the way? Is he injured? I haven't seen him in ages. I know they haven't sold him. I say that now. You're coming and check and go, oh, you were sold to X, Y, and Z. I haven't seen him in fucking yonks. I don't think I've seen him all season, actually, Sancho. So either he's really pissed off Brendan Rodgers and been outed, or he's been sold, or he's injured. I just know about it. Also, imagine, I know Jimmy Vardy's one of it. Like he's gone one season too many. But back in the summer, imagine you're a Leicester City fan. He's signed a contract extension to he's got this season and next season, and then you don't use him, and when you do, you see he's fallen off a cliff, and he's gone one season too many. But because it's a new contract as well, even higher wages, and he's on the bench week in, week out, stinking the place out. And when he comes on, like he did against Newcastle, does sweet FA. Yeah, he is Cody Gakpo in the stands with his, I'm assuming his brother, but looks very familiar, or family member. I'm assuming his sister or girlfriend on the other side, watching his new team in action. Obviously, even though he has signed, it was officially confirmed a couple of days ago. Let's do an attack here. Go on, surely, maybe? No. I don't like it anyway. Yeah, even like I say, even the reason why, for anyone that's coming and going, why is Gakpo not playing? Why is he not in the squad? Yeah, he signed days ago. He's not technically he's not on Liverpool's books officially until Sunday. Just saying, just putting it out there. So anyone that comes and goes, why is Cody not playing? He signed days ago. Technically, just go by the technicalities. So the window's not technically open. Oh, there's a score update. And Ivan Toney has scored for Brentford in the 18th minute. West Ham are losing at home to Brentford. I wonder if he put a bet on that one. No, old Ivan. 1-0 Brentford against West Ham United, and that don't look good. I think. Oh, go! Leicester have scored again. Leicester have scored 3 minutes in to the game. Completely Dewsbury Hall with the goal. Literally gets the ball just with a few teammates either side of him as wingmen, runs down through the middle of the pitch. No defender near him. No Van Dijk. No Thiago. No Matip. No Trent. Even he couldn't track back quick enough. Route 1 football as well. Proper old school football. Route 1, bang, to the midfield. And it's a Van Dijk. Van Dijk gets completely mugged off. And yeah, 1-0 Leicester. Great finish, actually. Well taken by Dewsbury Hall. Great little play they've got there, come from their academy and all that. Could have quite easily fluffed his lines there, but no, kept his cool, kept his calm, and slotted it into the goal. 1-0 Leicester. Wow, this could be an interesting atmosphere at Anfield tonight. I wonder if anyone voted for Leicester in the old poll before that happened. Oh dear. The transfer window is just a sexy media name for Mrs. Nation. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Slapping my mouth, bloody hell. Too excited as well. But yeah, Mrs. Nation window, yeah. Virtual Van Dyke-ish site, says Colonel. Welcome, Colonel. How are you doing, my friend? I think the injury he got during the lockdown season, the behind closed door season, what are we going to call it? That injury he got against Everton, because of what it was and the surgery he had to have, it was never going to be the same. And it's now catching up with him. He's still good. He's still a good defender, so to speak, but not what he once was. And he's slowly dropping off to his like standard was. He's slowly dropping off. Mark's in the chat. Greenie, how you doing? Hope you had a good Christmas, my friend. Well defended. Thiago, going to be 1-1. No. Get the ball, Danny. Come on. Wake up, Goldie. Yeah, he got fucking, what was it, before the kickoff? Oh, Van Dijk is 31. Isn't that the perfect age in his prime? Oh, yeah, why not? Mate, he had a fucking major injury. It could have ended his career. He's lucky he came back. And as I say, slowly but surely, you're starting to see the faults in his game base. He's getting caught out way too easily nowadays. But no one helped him out there. He got done like a kipper in the build-up. He got completely done. And he's like pointing at the Red Sea, quite literally. No one there. It's like, let's see. C's going through. Thank you very much. And Allison, poor lad, was completely exposed. Gotta love it though. You gotta love it. But yeah, I hope you had a good Christmas with friend, and hope you've got any plans you've got for tomorrow. You enjoy them. Yeah, been a while though, as you say. It's been a while. Colin's in the chat. Big up, Colin. How you doing? Hope you're keeping well. Colonel, and you've got the modern generation who say he's better than Tony Adams. Fuck my life. That trend like at you. Same caliber as defenders, Martin Keogh, and Steve Bold, Sol Campbell, Kylo Torre. But because he plays for media lovies Liverpool, the greatest thing since sliced bread, no matter what. But he's got one leg. Still great. You get beaten week in, week out like a kipper. Still fantastic. Still world class. Go on. Overhit, just overhit that. Just a quiet one, but yeah, it was good, thanks. As I say, what made it even better, Tottenham dropping points early on Boxing Day could have realistically sort of lost if Brentford didn't drop the bollocks in the second half. And then we went on to win our game against the Hammers, who are now losing to Brentford. The irony. Oh dear. Just hope it continues now, that side of things, and we do our job tomorrow. And this time tomorrow night, we're 5 points clear with a few hours left of the year, going into the new year. 5 points clear of that. Thank you, them bastards. Oh my god, what was he doing now? Again, Danny Ward needs to fucking communicate with these players, because he just comes flying out, expecting them to just know he's coming. And Amati just basically taps out for a corner, but because Danny Ward doesn't communicate, and Amati makes it clear, don't talk to me, I don't know. They've given away a cheap corner there. Here comes the corner from Trent. In we go. No one jumped for it. Fantastic. He also stood on the ground, hoping to flick it on, and he just got knocked out easily. And that was pathetic. Oh my days. Oh, you got to laugh. Not saying be a tough one tomorrow night. It'd be tough, but it could have been tougher if McAllister was back and hadn't gone to the World Cup final and won it. Obviously, he's not going to be back in time for tomorrow's game, so he's out. They've got a suspension as well, which has helped us. I think it was just, even though it's away, they have been since they came up, been our bogey team, home and away over the last few years. I do think I said it last night or when Leeds played City the other night. I do think playing Brighton now in the circumstances is sort of fallen at the perfect time for us. As long as we go there with the team we've got, turn up and play our way, and don't allow the atmosphere or anything to get to us, and we just play our game, we'll be fine, in my opinion. It could come back about me now saying that, but just going by how the season's gone so far, as long as we play our game, we're fine. I do think I think 2-0. I think 2-0. Obviously, this is about seeing the lineups and all that as well. I do think we'll win 2-0 tomorrow. Sadly, though, even though I'm saying it after saying we win 2-0. Sadly, Man City will win their game against Everton 4-0 because Everton are fucking dog shite with Lampard in charge. Let's be brutally honest there. Oh, is that Daka? Well, that ain't good. Yeah, please make sure he's all right. Bloody hell. Yeah, it's just something called on. I don't know if he's talking knocked to the head or something. They're kind of saying it's all good, bro. It's such a joy watching Arsenal stress-free. Yeah, just a tad, yeah. The away team scoring first has made both games interesting, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I can't say individually which one either, but yeah. I've got to agree with it, actually, yeah, because taking consideration the West Ham, Moyes is under a lot of pressure. I think if West Ham lose tonight, I think he gets his P45 in the morning, like, Happy New Year, but you're sacked. I honestly think that's coming. It's that close now because of how poor domestically they've been this season. Well, there's Jamie Vardy, who I've been taking off, warming up because favourite opponents: Arsenal 11 goals, Liverpool 10 goals. Like, who gives a shit? He's dropped off a cliff. He's gone 1 year. He's gone off for season too many. Crap, no, no threats. There's no threats whatsoever. Vardy now they say they're going to come on and score. Yeah, so that's from that perspective. You've got obviously Ivan Toney scored, even though he's on the verge of being stopped from playing football completely while he's going for these betting scandals coming back in his arse. Looks like Vardy's better come on, but looks of it doesn't look good for Daka. He does not look at the races at all, Daka. So it looks like he could be taken off. He's barely moved. He's struggling to walk around off the pitch and all that. And in this game as well, as I say, Liverpool chasing top four, Leicester after getting battered by Newcastle basically on Boxing Day, needing a bounce back result. They've got it so far. The good Scott got the goal, obviously. Been a bit scrappy to say the least overall over the last opening 14 minutes in, but the chance came to them, they took it, and yeah, let's see how they adapt now to losing Daka and having Vardy on. That's going to be interesting. They can't just. The thing is with Leicester now, they can't just sit back and defend what they've got, basically, because it won't work. No matter how poor Liverpool are, it just won't work. The way Brighton play will have loads of chances. Just got to take on. Yeah, definitely. That's why I say I think we get them at the right time. Not in the way they play, but they've got one player out suspended. They've got another player not back from the World Cup. All we've got to do is keep Trossard quiet, and we're fucking laughing. And we've got to do our bit. And that's what I say. As long as we turn up tomorrow night and play our way and dictate the tempo and how the game plays out, and the chances come to us, as long as we take them, we'll be fucking laughing tomorrow night. Trust me. That's wood. It doesn't. Yeah, this Daka doesn't. He's still slowly making his way around the pitch to the bench to get treatment. Vardy has now come on in his place. Here comes a free kick for Liverpool. Got Henderson, Trent, and Mo Salah standing over it. Sort of Trent range. Trent's not Rain's territory. Because of the seasons he's having so far, in terms of being like the third choice right back for England in the World Cup, barely getting any minutes, constantly getting slated by rifle fans because he can't defend. Ego's going to get the best of him and he's going to try and score from this, basically. And with Danny Ward in goal, it's a possibility. Trust me. Yeah. Yeah, Trent's going for it. He's lining up to go for it, basically. The way he's starting and walking around. Here we go. It's going for it, Trent. Hit the wall. And again, hits the wall. So took they tried a clever free kick, it backfired, hit the wall, and it falls back to Trent. He tries hitting it on the volley, hits the players coming out from the wall. You've got to make it up. Right, it's going to get to a point in terms of his career going forward, literally, because he's not a right back as in the old school that can defend. He's a like my brother says, he's more of a winger. He's great going forward, gets the crosses in and all that. But in terms of the main part of his job, when it comes to being having the opposition come at you, he can't defend for love and the money. It's going to go to a point where he's going to have to decide either stick being and learn your trade properly and learn how to defend. And that's going to be very difficult at his age now because he's been established now for a good few years as a right back. But his age, learning how to defend all of a sudden to the game at his age is not easy. And if anything, he's going to have to decide, you know what, if Klopp's here or not, I want to just play more forward and be a winger. But he won't. This is a good thing when Arsenal bets. So this is every time Arsenal play. Martinelli, do your job. Run at the bastard. Cause havoc. And if obviously even better, we get Modric. You've got the option then. Martinelli or Modric, just run at him. You're fine. He can't defend against you. Just run at the bastard. Another free kick, Liverpool. It was a cheap free kick to give away as well. Sloppy free kick to give away. Again, Trent standing over. Again, we've had a pandemic in the last few years. I don't know. On the pitch. F my germs. Another fucking poor delivery from Trent. Jesus Christ. I just bigged him up about his cross and he just does that. Jesus. Oh, go on. That's on the counter here, Harvey Barnes. Needs someone overlap. Oh, for fuck's sake, why do you hold on to it, you twat? That was pathetic. Go on the counter attack and you fucking go, oh, the jog. And there's trouble. No, I won't pass it, don't worry. You have it back. It's saying something about Vardy as well. That he had a chance to pass it to Vardy in that attack, and he's like, no, I'll hold on to it myself. I'll wait to see if someone overlaps me instead. He just runs into him. Half the ball just runs into Thiago for no reason. All the space in the world to run into, and he just goes, I'll just run forward into Thiago. Oh, go on. Go on, Vardy. No. Oh, Trent just gets a toe in to put it out for a corner. Why has Vardy now got the armband? Now he's come on. Because fucking Daka wasn't the captain before, so why has he got the armband? What? Because he's come on. I'm a most senior player. Get me the armband, motherfucker. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Mark, if you're Mark, if you're still in the chat, what are your thoughts on tomorrow's game? Do you think we're going to win, or do you think that's somewhere with a banana skin, basically, going into the new year? Oh, my God, that's not a goal. Oh, God, Liverpool. That's been a story that's again, Bournemouth aside, early in the season. This has been Liverpool's story of the season. Defensively, they are woeful. Oh, are they checking for a penalty? They're going to check, though, because his arms, basically, the ball comes in. Oxlade-Chamberlain, his arms are there against him, but his arms are there. It hits off his arm, this part, and goes out. I don't know what they're checking for it. Corner's been given anyway. Jamie Carragher being Jamie Carragher. No bias in it whatsoever. No, not handball. Don't be silly. Doesn't look like ball's going to go in. And again, no. Still 1-0 in the West Ham Brentford game, by the way. Ivan Toney with the goal in the 18th minute. I think we'll win quite easy. If I'm honest, we should have way too much. Yeah, we should have. As I say, look, and that's why I say, as long as we turn up and do our job and play the game to our tempo, Brighton might stand a chance basically against our first team, obviously, because that's what Brighton fans need to remember as well. It's not like they're playing the same 11, same team they played a few weeks ago in the League Cup before the World Cup. This is our strongest 11 you're coming up against now. Oh, here comes Nunez. Salah fluffs it wide. Nunez. Oh, Swansea beating Watford in the Championship. They ain't doing well. Watford are fucking so consistent. One week for a 2-3 week period, they'll be looking fantastic, like top form. Then out of nowhere, they'll drop off for 2-3 games. So what does this mean for the league table as it stands? You've got Brentford in 9th with the as it stands table. Brentford on 9th with 23 points. 1 second. 1 point away from Chelsea, but Chelsea got 2 games in hand over Brentford as it stands. Leicester up to 11th with 20 points. Again, they've played the game more than Fulham, 2 games more than Brighton and Chelsea respectively. But obviously, them games have got it'll be down to a game and a half for them teams respectively come at the end of the weekend. And it puts West Ham right in the mix basically because if as it stands, they're literally full from bottom, a point outside the relegation spots, and either win for any of the 3 teams win that are in the bottom 3, Southampton, Wolves, or Forest. Any of them win, West Ham drop into the bottom 3 side this weekend, as it stands. That's another reason why I think he'll get if West Ham fail to win tonight, I do reckon David Moyes will get his P45 before the new year. Before the year's out, he'll get his P45. The Championship, what is that? Says Tom. Well, it's just the league below us. It used to be the top league in the country about 30 odd years ago. When I was yay big and all that. Or yay small, whatever term you want to use. And then the FA decided to make this league, and it became the secondary league in the country, and this became the dominant league all of a sudden out of nowhere. The breakaway league in the same country, but just another league, but breaking away from the EFL or whatever. Oh, he's down. Who's down there? Farley's got the ball though. I don't get how they got away. Oh, it's Liverpool. I forgot. They are lucky there's worse teams. Well, you say that. He's like, they're full from bottom West Ham, and with the Essex stand stable, they're a point away from Nottingham Forest and Wolves, and 2 off Southampton. But what was that from Danny Ward again? The mongrel 1-0. Danny Ward mistake. What a pleb! And this is how can offside? Fucking Danny Ward's got a wave on there potentially. They're going to have to check this to make sure he was offside. But Danny Ward, you go from Kasper Schmeichel, he leaves out of nowhere, and you go, we won't buy no one to replace him. Of his level or better. No. We'll promote our number 2 who wasn't good enough to push him when he was number 2. When Schmeichel was there, for fuck's sake. Oh dear, and he just done that. He got away with it. The ball wasn't in there. I thought it was 1-1, but no, he was offside. Well, Chamberlain was offside, and the ball was headed back to him. Southampton are awful. Forest aren't great. Wolves are so. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying that obviously if any of them win, West Ham didn't drop into the bottom 3 this weekend now. How can you go from 2 seasons on the bounce? 2 seasons on the bounce have been like fifth or in a month. Was it fifth? Moyes' first full season back, full season. Then last season they finished in a Europa League spot in seventh, and they just dropped off a cliff completely domestically. With the same with upgrading the team, you brought players into an upgraded team. If European, well, somewhat European pedigree anyway, you got worse. Tielemans suspended, by the way, because obviously he isn't playing tonight, so Hammer's getting hammered by Brentford, says Gary. Yeah. So we're singing your song. The score update is 2-0. That's why you said that. Oh, okay, that's David Moyes out of the job, but before the new year comes in. You're at home and you're losing. I mean, no, with all due respect, Brentford are a decent team. Don't get it wrong, but where's the fight there from West Ham? Seriously. Yeah, Southampton. Yes. I think Southampton has said it on the opening day of the season when they got torn a new one by them not down the road. Just the way they went 1-0 up and then capitulated from going 1-0 up against Tottenham. No, we'll capitulate now. I do reckon they're gone. They'll be gone as well. They'll be back in the Championship, Southampton, next season. I think they're definitely one that have gone. Forest just away from home, they're woeful and they get absolutely torn apart. They get torn apart away from home, Forest. But then they turn up when it comes to the home games. They'll turn up because of the atmosphere and they keep trying to get the fans behind and all that. So the home form ain't their problem; it's their away form, and they they don't seem to be learning anything. It's not like they haven't brought any Premier League experience into the fucking, what was it, 30 odd players they brought in the summer. But I think they're just gonna. I think they'll finish. I think they'll finish 18th in the league, and I think Wolves or Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth will be dragged back into it. And West Ham have just about survived because of, as you say, they're the worst of teams in the league are just that bit worse, consistently wise as well. The only way West Ham go down and become worse than the three we've mentioned there, or four, we can do Bournemouth, because I think now he's there. Gary Neal's there permanently under the new ownership as well, because there's no way they'll sack him so soon into their vein. Is if they keep Moyes all the way through the season, because it doesn't seem like anything's working. Or you get the one game where it turns out it looks like they're back, and it's like the West Ham we saw from the last couple of years. Then the very next game onwards, they've got another run of piss poor performances and appalling results. Arsenal, Colonel saying, Arsenal holding out for a striker. We buy up Tony as soon as his ban kicks in for 20 million. Don't say that. Even we ain't that stupid nowadays. If you didn't have, you know what? I have a mistake from Mendes in there. One sec, I've seen this attack out first. Fucked it anyway. Yeah, fucked it. Corner either way, but if he wasn't being investigated for all these illegal bets and all that, he was just going about his day-to-day life, and as I say, he wasn't getting investigated by the FA. I'll give it a good shout that I'll shout it that we should be going for him in the winter window. Even though it's a winter window, go for him. Because even when Jesus comes back, he's again, like we mentioned the stream earlier on this afternoon. It's given us other options. It's a different style of striker. not just gives us a different option from the bench or whatever, but a different option in style of play if needed during a tough, intense game. It gives us something different. But because he's been investigated. I wouldn't touch him. I honestly, and I don't think the club will, because he's been investigated. And the amount of charges coming back at him already. Jesus Christ, is like how many times? And what you ask the FA, why the fuck did they let it get out of control like that? Was it 2, 3, 6 as we speak, and there's still more being investigated. Hammer's next league game is at Leeds. We are all his charitable to managers under pressure. No, you're beaten. You at home or away for that one, Tom? That'd be interesting. Murdick is in London, says Green. Oh, yes, Mems on Twitter put a tweet out, and I was retweeted a tweet, and basically, he's put a photograph of wherever he is, and someone's actually gone on Google Maps and gone, it's here. We are Arsenal fans are the best detectives in the world. I don't care what anyone says. We don't mess about. We figured out Gabriel was a done deal when he was coming from Lille to Arsenal. We as a fan base figured out he was already in England and the deal had been done by the bloody cloud in the sky and a photo he took. And how green the bushes were in the background. That's how we figured it out. We fucking track trains and planes and God knows what. Any mode of transport, we're tracking it. Yeah, hotel in London, and yeah, Chelsea can fuck off. By the way, the reports about Chelsea is just media hype to fucking scare the Arsenal fans. That's all. Don't get carried away with all that. Chelsea are involved. No, it's the end of the world. They can't. Ironically, they can't actually afford to bring him in because of financial fair play. Even though Man City have proven it's a myth and all that, especially Chelsea can't risk it because they've already been caught. They've already been dragged through the mire. And they're on a suspended 1 year. They've got a suspended 1 year transfer ban hanging over their heads if they do break the FFP laws or rules again in the next X amount of years. Gary, who's in the States, by the way, says, I saw Mudrik at a pizza joint around the corner from me. Man was complaining about paying extra for pepperoni on his slice. Yeah, Mitchell is a good shot. That is a good shot. Actually, that's a fantastic shout, Mark. Start the season, I would have before the season started, I would have said you Bark waving fucking mad. But seeing how the season's gone and how this season he's showing that he can actually play at the Premier League level. He's been allowed to play, unlike last time out. And you know what? He's not just a very physical striker, and can do what Jesus does in the sense of the physicality side of it and bringing players into play and all that. He's got good aerial play. It's in terms of his aerial play, again, different option. It gives another option in terms of our attacks if we need to. If we need to just whip the ball in. If Jesus isn't working, get Mitrovic on. Very Giroud-esque in terms of his aerial play, but when I say Giroud-esque, I mean when Giroud now, in terms of Giroud's aerial play, consistently now, because Giroud had good aerial play, don't get me wrong, at Arsenal, but consistently wise, it wasn't always there. And it really fucked me off. Oh, breaking news from Cristiano Ronaldo as we speak. Cristiano Ronaldo signs 2-year contract with Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr, according to Saudi State TV. So he's basically given up his career. He's going to retire from international football. My God. And just taking the money now. Mate, for that, he may as well have gone to the MLS. Why did no one in the MLS go for him if that's the case? If they assume they didn't, it'd make more sense. You've just given up in your career now. Like, you've accepted you're fucking on a downward spiral now and just taking the money. Oh my god. Oh my god. 1-1. What the fuck was he doing, the defender? Fucking mongrel. And I will call him that because of what he does. And Danny, both the defender and the goalkeeper, but more so the defender, what the fuck is he doing? If you're doing that, you put it out for the corner. You don't just go, oh, I'm from the body in the line and lob your goalkeeper. Fucking and Danny Walsh just stands going, oh, it's in. Talk to each other. So then he doesn't do that. He comes to you, you're fine. But they let them fall back in the game. Morons, a lot of them. Not to me. Liverpool smell blood now. Leicester do what they did against Newcastle. Go, shit the bed, and let Liverpool do what Newcastle did basically. Mr. Bungle's just seen the Midlick in McDonald's for all talk. But yeah, going back to Mitrovic as well. Yeah, you know what? That is a good shout. Actually, again, it's even when Jesus is back fully fit and all that, it still gives us a different option from the bench, and depending on our position as well, gives a different option in terms of starting striker as well for that particular game if we have to. Revert Smith back to centre mid, go to sell Nelson, buy Mitrovic and Ivan Toney along with Medlik. There are some Leeds fans who trek flight planes to weed out potential signings, but personally, I think they should be on some kind of registry. Mate, what was it? Was it last year? Sorry, back into the last winter window from last season when Vlahovic went to Juventus, were then heavily linked for the last 48 hours of the window or so. With Alexander Isaac, who's now at Newcastle, obviously. And someone saw a car near the Emirates. That's not far from the Emirates, stuck around the corner. Had Isaac on the number plate. He's in London. We're getting Isaac. Away. Turned out to be a normal dentist's car or something like that. Basically, a regular Joe, basically. Imagine sending Fofana near the back end of the last window and replacing him with the guy who just scored an own goal. LC have scored twice, but the score is 1-1. Yeah, tell me about it. Football off in my house. Can't stand Jamie Carragher. I just literally, because I'm not obviously doing this as well, but I've got the volume to literally bare minimum, so I can barely hear him. Thank fuck. I don't get what. Yeah, is Söyüncü on the bench or something? Because I don't get why Söyüncü. I haven't seen Söyüncü in ages. Play for Leicester, and I mean ages. Half time at West Ham, and it's 2-0. Look at the bench. Who's on the bench? No, I've missed it earlier. That's me. Yeah, Söyüncü's on the bench. Why is Söyüncü on the bench for? What has he ever done wrong to Leicester City? Leicester sold Marles and replaced him with Sliminani, whatever you pronounce his fucking name. Yeah. Who? Exactly, yeah. For Leicester, you must be so fucking pissed, though. You've gone from being league champions, bringing all this, selling Kante, Drinkwater. Turned out Drinkwater wasn't a real loss in the end because he's a big-headed twat and it went to his head. It backfired on him. But Kante, and then following year, Mahrez almost lost Vardy, kept hold of Vardy. Yeah, thank God. But you've still been able to pick out the gems from like Tielemans, Ricardo Pereira, Soyuncu, just to name a few there. Dewsbury Hall's come through the ranks at Leicester under Brendan. Indeedy. This is since winning the title. What, is this onside? Is he onside, Vardy? Is he going to fluff it? Is he fluff it? He's going to fluff it? Yeah, they fluffed it. Either way, they fluffed it. And that's what I was saying now. They do all that. I mentioned the gems they found, and then just slowly but surely they're selling them off or letting them go for free. Vardy last year goes a shot there. He doesn't try to pick out a teammate. Mark Green must admit the contacts on Amazon were brilliant. One set. Bottled it. We're real champion, McCoist, better than those pricks Tyler, Kogan, Neville, to name three. Just to name a few there, yeah. If I'm Sky and BT, if you're Sky and BT, you should be shitting yourself because Amazon, since they've put their hands into, tipped their toes in to the certain access to Premier League football. Since the get go, they've been out the feed a bit. Considering we only get a couple games, like, respectively, all the teams get a couple of games on Amazon every season. Sorry. Amazon actually smash it out the park. Great punditry teams. The host, all the hosts are fantastic. The commentators, the co-commentators, they work together fantastically. It all makes sense. And this is 2-1. It's supposed. He's done it again, the mongrel. What a fucking idiot. Darwin Núñez hits the post, and the fucking mongrel that's starting ahead of. He's like David Luiz Jr., basically, in terms of hairstyle. Literally just boots it into his own goal. The mongrel. Look, 1, 2, hits the post, and then tries into his own goal. How is he starting ahead of Soyuncu? I'm sorry, this is bizarre. Liverpool have been gifted 2 goals into the game. Leicester have scored all the goals and they're losing 2-1. As Joe's about to say in the chat, probably. This is ridiculous. And people wonder why Leicester are struggling this season. You make decisions like that. Leicester's true level is battling relegation, not making the Champions League in 20 killed them. Yeah. I call literally the second time, but especially more so the second time round when they bottled it. 2020, they bottled it. They were fourth from last day, bottled it, and finished 5th. The fact they went again and again, last game of the season, they are 4th. All they have to do is not lose. That's all they have to do. Draw or win solidifies Champions League football for them in 21. And they still bottled it against Tottenham. Of all teams, they still bottled it against Tottenham. And I said Brendan should have gone then. Because they won the FA Cup, though, it sort of masked over that failure in the league. And since then, it's just been a slow and steady decline league-wise, and that's just fully capitulated this season. Not forgetting, that's what I'm saying. All the hosts, all the hosts for covering all the games. Rosenthal as well. The older ones know who he is. I don't know, the commentators, the pundit team, the commentators, the co-commentators, all fantastic, all good mixes, and all the commentator and the co-commentator all work well together. They all bounce well off each other. Whereas at Sky and BT, well, we all know. But she ain't as good as Woodsy. No one can beat Woodsy. I've now got to take a scoreboard. It's like, and Jamie Carragher's having a fucking field day now. His team has lucked their way to a 2-1 lead going into half time. Lucked their way, I mean lucked it, because of one particular defender who will stay on the pitch, by the way. He won't be stopped up at half time, I think. He won't be dropped in the next game either. And as I say, Liverpool has lucked their way to a 2-1 league. Haven't done it. Let's be honest, so far this game, they haven't really stood out in this game and really took Leicester to task. And forced really anything out of Danny Ward. It's just, apart from poor goalkeeping, one poor goalkeeping for one, but more so poor defending, that Liverpool are winning this game now. And there we are, it's half time. Okay, now. Sky might as well change its brand to Sky Sports Red. Yeah. The worst thing that they could have ever done, clearly, was bringing in Jamie Carragher and Neville as their main punditry and co-commentator teams, respectively. Another thing they've let the sort of drop the ball on, basically, is keeping Martin Tyler in for this long. He's way past it now. He needs to retire, to be honest. He's not getting any younger. Again, even his own commentary, he's getting lazy and sometimes infuriating. At certain games, you can tell he's rooting for a certain team in the game. It's just not well hidden anymore. Man United TV or Liverpool TV. Liverchester United. Something like that, I don't know. Oh dear God. Leicester. You had one job. You got me all excited. Going 1-0 up, playing really well. And then you went 3 away. For what? Again, I'd love to know. I'd honestly keep going on about it now. I'll put boring you guys in the chat, but I'd love to know what Soyuncu did wrong before the season started for him to I can't remember seeing him play this season. Tielemans. Why's Tielemans on the bench? This makes no sense. Iheanacho is on the bench, and they opted for Vardy instead of Iheanacho. And when Daka went off, they went, we've got another young prospect, a young striker that's hungry, can score goals, but we'll go for the over the hill striker, Jamie Vardy. He needs to pay the bills. He needs to pay the other half's lawyers' bills, court settlements, and all that crap. I don't like when Neville and Carragher commentate on the matches of their own teams. It turns into AFTV type content. They came out and criticised. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said at the start of the stream. I don't like it. I noticed they started doing it in the last 2 to 3 years. They started doing that. It's like, when was it when they started really? They really valued how they were doing this sort of thing. Was the Man United Liverpool games, Anfield and Old Trafford respectively. I think it was a season they really rammed it home in terms of they didn't care that we've got an ex-Man United, ex-Liverpool, we're going to use them, and even if they ain't playing each other, we're going to use them for the Liverpool games or the Man United games. And it's just like because a whole point of a commentator and a co-commentator, they're meant to have no ties to the respective clubs. They're completely neutral, this, that, and the other. And they started doing this. Oh, but they tested the waters of Man United with Liverpool just as if when Man United dipping off and Liverpool was starting to emerge domestically as a challenge to City. And then they really started taking the piss by literally, like we've seen tonight. Oh, Liverpool v Leicester. Jamie, you're around, aren't you? No, you're co-commentating for the night. And it's as you say, it's fucking annoying because you can tell that they don't hide their bias whatsoever. Literally, a Liverpool player could literally go in, studs up, break someone's leg. No, it's a soft challenge, not a red card. And you're just sitting there thinking, what the fuck? And Neville's no better. And what's really pissed me off this season with going Neville even more of it, all that to add on top, is his comments all summer in Sky Sports, the little AFTV version of what they do, this bloody annual meetup they do. Well, they're talking of a prick. The little annual meetup they do that Sky have sort of put together, all the online influencers of AFTV, the Newcastle one, the Liverpool, like Man United, etc., etc. Slacking Arsenal off, like, oh, that was the best chance of top four this season, and a drop off. Man United won't take Arsenal, Man United long to catch up with Arsenal, overtake Arsenal. They're easy. Fucking clearly not, because we're now fucking 11, 12 points ahead of you bastard. And all season, because of that narrative, he's drove that narrative all season. Man United aside, we have won every game this season, apart from Man United and obviously drawn against Southampton. In every game we've won, we have dominated. Even in my game against United, apart from a 5-10 minute spell, we dominated that game. But our response after that defeat, and he's still, we've won every game bar one since then in the league, and that was the one we didn't win was a draw. And he still slags us off like, no, Arsenal aren't in the title race. No, Arsenal aren't going to win the league. They're not in the title race. Definitely not in the title race. They'll drop off at some point. City are going to walk it. They're going to win the league by 15, 20 points. Even now, probably, he'd be saying that. He doesn't, because again, because he's played in that era of Arsenal Man United, that rivalry. He can't put it, even as an ex-player now, he can't put that to the side and just be honest, and just put that rivalry to the side and see what's happening, and go, you know what? I'll give him where credit's due. I'll give him that credit. Oh no, I've got to slag you off because you're a rival from my playing days. Arsenal Misfits joined us. Hi, I just got home. Did Leicester really score? Yep, from the same player as well. The same player, number 3. Don't even reflect and say his name is. And they were poor. I mean, the second one was the worst. Both were poor. The first one, he basically throws his foot in him out and jerks his leg as he's hitting the ball, and he goes up and over the goalkeeper and in the goal. And then the second one was the ball hits off the post, and instead of just going in, letting it come across him and then having and booting it out, because no one there apart from there's a player behind him on this side. But if he lets the ball's coming from that side, so it's coming across. All he's got to do is wait for it to come across, get the angle right, hoof it. Oh no, he panics, shits to bed, knees it into his own goal. That's exactly what happened. And obviously, you're responding to Steve's question. if Faz gets a hat trick of OGs, will he be asked to take off the blue shirt and find his way home? Imagine. Oh dear. Don't think honestly he's in his vocabulary. Well, not from a footballing sense, no. Don't be silly. And yet he comes out when things get up. We saw a couple of years back with the Super League debacle and all that. Just, I was just a little, a bit hypocritical, so to say, from Gary Neville. Comes out slagging off United and anyone's involved and all that. How dare they? But you're literally working for a company that built a league that broke away from the initial EFL to form this league. But you're now talking about it was like you couldn't make it up, but because everyone was on the same mindset of this isn't football, it is a disgrace. No one touched on it. I mean, we've got to go back to Jamie Carragher as well. What does he have on Sky in general? He has to have something on Sky to have kept his job when he did what he did a few years back. For anyone that probably has forgotten or whatever, or doesn't know outside of England, doesn't know what happened. Jamie Carragher, about I think it was his first season or his second season after retiring and becoming a pundit at Sky. Man United hosted Liverpool in the league on an early kickoff at the weekend. Yeah, 12:30 kickoff on Sky. When Sky used to have the early kickoffs anyway. And Liverpool went on to lose. Yeah, Liverpool went on to lose that game. And after the game, anyway, everything's cleared off. Fans on their way home. He's left the stadium after it's all the air is finished and all that. He's on his way home, going down the motorway or whatever, and a Man United fan notices him. In the next aisle in the motorway, the Man United fan's like, "That's Jamie Carragher." Taking the piss, rolls the window down, taking the piss, like rubbing something on the wind. And Jamie Carragher, and his infinite wisdom, sees as a kid, and the dad's driving, filming. It was the dad. Yes, the dad shouldn't have been filming, but neither here nor there. Sees it as a kid. Sees father's driving and recording, taking the piss. But sees it as a kid either way. And spits, and literally, you can see him go, and gobs towards the child and the car in general. Gets suspended for the rest of the season. What was left of the season? He got suspended. Went on Sky News. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, yeah, you're going on on a news channel for the company you work for. Going, I'm so sorry. Like that wasn't fucking set up. And then we don't know what happened. Literally, the following season comes back, pretends like, and since then, everyone's pretends like nothing. So that never happened. If I did that, or where you guys did that in your day-to-day life, you're getting wound up, you're filming as a kid, and your boss has found out, you'd be sacked. There'd be no suspension of this, that, and the other. It's ridiculous. But that's the level Sky have gone to now. Oh, I have no idea, Tom. That's what I'm saying. He must have something on his bosses at Sky. He must have. Because how you can get away with that, I don't know. Unless you have something. Oh no, you're a little secret. You got to keep. I'll tell everyone. It's got to be something like that. It's got to be something like that. Because otherwise, what the fuck? It wasn't like at the time they were short of fucking options either. And since then, I've sort of lost respect for the company in general for that, for keeping that person on, and the quality just got worse and worse every season. We've got Graham Souness as an over the hill dinosaur now, still getting hired for week to week work, and you're thinking how, but yet Matt Le Tissier, Charlie Nicholas, and who's the other one? I'll come to me in a minute. Who was it? Phil Thompson. They all got sacked from Sky. I don't know. Turns out one made more obvious in recent times, but out of nowhere, boom, you're sacked, you're sacked, you're sacked. Paul Merson can keep his job. Jeff, having a little kick-off, are we? Here's some more money. Okay. And the quality, as I'm saying, the quality has got the quality and standard of what we're being offered, basically, is dropped off even got worse every year. But as I'm saying, Amazon doing what they've been doing in the last few years. If I'm the bosses at Sky and BT respectively, I'll be crapping myself because Amazon have shown how it can be done. You can strike every single game, even if you've got kickoffs. B, across all that you can have every single game that's been hosted, the host being fantastic, the punter team alongside the host fantastic and well qualified and not biased in any way whatsoever, and the punter and the commentary team, the commentator and the co-commentator dualship, every single game, it all works. I think it's a matter of time before the Premier League and all that goes over to Amazon properly on a week-to-week basis because it makes sense. It just makes sense now. I mean, look at it now. Look, they've just come up from an advert. They're showing a different angle of where everything's been filmed tonight in terms of the going everyone host, where they're doing their bit, and the commentator and Jamie Carragher are literally an arm's throw, and Jamie Carragher, like, we're talking about Jamie, and he's up there bowing and giving it last, and he's like, no, it's not about you, piss off. Anyway, we are back underway for the second half of Liverpool versus Leicester. Hopefully Leicester can get their head out of fucking arses. That defender's still on the pitch, I told you would be. Let's see if he can get the hat with their own goals. Let's have a look over West Ham. 62 minutes into that game. Still 2-0 to Brentford. West Ham have on-field penalty overturned by VAR. Oh, bloody hell, that didn't go down well then. That must have been the first half. Just checking now. Looks like it might be the first half thing. No, start the second half. West Ham had a penalty shout. Was given on field in open play. Got overturned. Okay. The free kick was given instead. Oh, bloody hell. Stan Van Beer buys scored 3 own goals in German 3-2 defeat against Anderlecht in 94-95. On February 20th this year, New Zealand women's Michaela Moore scored 3 own goals in the first half against US women's national team. Bloody hell. You were busy at half time, wasn't you, Tom? Giving us the stats there. Let's see what Leicester we get in this second half. Sorry, we get the Leicester that sits back and tries to do it. Oh my God, give me strength. Cassandra, you twat. Your players just fallen to the floor because he ain't got decent stats clearly. And you're like, oh no, I'll still pass it. Dumbass. Oh dear. I'll start checking as well, make sure nothing's affected my on a channel side of things. Me doing this hasn't made the things go backwards or well, I've gone forward even further. But hey, fantastic. Fucking absolutely smashing it, you guys, over on the stream from earlier on, the transfer show that we did earlier. 1.7k we're at now in views. 63 likes. Absolutely smashing it. And the numbers, the new subs, people come to the channel is mad. Just based on that alone, that's crazy. Welcome if you are in here, by the way. Welcome. My mate scored 3 own goals at a secondary school in the 78. We won 25-22 though. Oh dear. Oh days. No subs were made, by the way, for either team at half time in this game. Oh dear. Ooh. I think body off is absolutely fuck all nowadays. Oh dear. Yeah, Mark, obviously saying you had a quiet one. Christmas was. I didn't ask you. What did you get? Anything you got? Did you get anything nice for Christmas? I'll show you a few of the things that I've always showed at the others, but I'll show you a few of the bits I've got as well. In return, obviously, if this game doesn't pick up. I'm not sure what to make of this. Cider, by the way. Almost 3-1 from Henderson. Almost as I'm saying that. Holding this on. No, it's cider, by the way. No, it doesn't look like it, but it is cider. It was meant to be toffee apple cider. I did order toffee or put on the order toffee apple. We've run out. Here's a substitute. You know, Jesus Christ. A son of 2 years. A son of even last year would have scored that. Ow, my leg. Oh, right. Which is fun. Fucking this has played out well, hasn't it? Fucking Leicester the twats. I think it's not a 0-0, but at the same time, it's like Liverpool, as it stands, Liverpool been gifted a win because of one or a dodgy goalkeeper in general, but fucking dodgy defender as well to add to it. What was that from Vardy? Putting too much pressure on Harvey Barnes. He was older, though. Fair play to him, but no support. Just gets it out there. Now. Pathetic. Jesus Christ. Daughter got me 92, 94 Ian Wright shirt for Christmas. What, the away one? Or home? Either way, that's cool. That's a cool gift. got my usual aftershaves and things like that. So it'll be 3-1 Salah. No, he drags it. He absolutely fluffs it home. That's not bad. Pushed it wide. Oh, yeah. That's either way. Home or away, either one would have been. That's a really nice kit actually, as well. Fucking rare to get hold of them, so well done to her as well. It was rare in the UK to get hold of. I don't know. Either way, it's a nice, it's a nice gift actually. Oh dear. You can feel the thought behind it as well. I got a few things. I've got. One second. On my backside, right. Both the men's and the women's calendars, respectively, for next year. Well, as of tomorrow. This one, DVD wise, I've. What's that? Oh, Leicester, Harvey. Yeah, twat. Arsenal classic victories over Tottenham, and it's what was it? 9 games on here, and you've got the. One sec, Tottenham. One sec. I'll read them out. Let's see what games they have on this DVD. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't got round to it. Leicester City almost been the Oshie of word and still going. Yeah, so Tottenham versus Arsenal, December 72, Division 1. If you're old enough to know or know about that game, you'll know what's going on in that. Game 2, 23rd of December, 78, Division 1, away to Tottenham. Match day. Game 3 is March 4th, 87 League Cup semi-final replay against Tottenham. We all know, even though I wouldn't have had an eye, know. So you're looking forward to that one. Game 4, Arsenal v Tottenham at Highbury, January 89. League winning season, obviously, if you know. Division 1, that's game 4. Game 5 is Arsenal at home to Tottenham on November 24th, 96. If you know that game, you know. There's a decent games on there, actually. That's game 5, May 5th, 99, away to them, that lot. Not away games structured here. March 31st, 2001, so the day we got the news of Rocky. Castle's passing in that game. Game 8 is Arsenal at home to Tottenham, 16th of November 2002. And the last game is the 13th of November 2004, away at Tottenham. Some decent games, and majority from away concerningly. What does mean in the cover though? They've got the celebration of Vieira from the FA Cup so far. I thought, well, maybe they'll put that in there as well. That's a bit of a bonus. No, I hope they do. I don't know. But I thought, yeah, that's a nice little one I got. I thought, yeah, I'll sit back and watch that at some point. I've got a Smith Rowe signed photo and the Saka one individually, obviously, from that. Oh, one sec. Bloody hell, it's all going. I'm not figuring out what the fucking stuff is. Jesus. Right. I've also got a team signed shirt and with Wenger's signature as well from the 16-17 season. Just got to obviously go and get it framed at some point. Get that in the background at some point. Ain't gonna be hard anyway, but yeah, get that all framed. I've got the COA's put away as well, so I've got all that. Where is it? One sec. Where is it? Here we are. And I've got this boy, Mark, if you're still watching. T-shirt. Right. A commemorative T-shirt. Sorry, European Cup winners. Arsenal 1 Palmer Nil, Copenhagen 94 for that one. Signed by the man himself. You can see it by Alan Smith. as well. Got that as well for Christmas. That's something different, and it's unique, and no one else will have it that much. Especially signed by him. I mean, I've got some pump funk. That's what you call them. U2 version. Like, they've got the Edge, Bono, Adam, the bass guitarist, and Larry, the drummer from U2. Got them. Got a few other bits coming as well. I haven't arrived yet because of the strikes and all that. Got a few of them. Got a few other bits coming as well. What else? There's other bits and pieces, but that's the main stuff I've got in around me. I can grab up with my hands to. Oh dear. That was it. All the entertainments as well. One of the other presents as well, not physically, I obviously been given the tickets yet, but my sister got tickets for myself for the Only Fools and Horses musical in London at the end of next month. So that's cool. Like that. Again, that's another fault. Again, fault's gone into that. Those Only Fools and Horses. I love the show. Always have done since growing up. So I thought that's a nice touch from her. And considering where in London that is, sorry, I know it ain't exactly cheap. So I'm looking forward to that actually. When I'm there, get myself a program or something if they do that on the night. But that's the stuff I've got to hand, and obviously the one I mentioned there, just that I remember of. I ain't got a physical ticket yet, but I will do. Let's see what Leicester can do with this corner though. Boy, sweet fuck all. Yeah, sweet fuck all. Sweet little mystery. Yeah, was it Tiemans? Who did he go off? Come on for, sorry. Who came off with him? He didn't take off Indeed, did he? In Wongle. Adam's in the chat and his Marmite underwear. If you know who it is, you know. If you're an OG, if you're OG of the channel, you know. Oh my god, what the fuck was that from Dewsbury Hall? After scoring the goal he did earlier, a well taken goal by the way, setting the game up. That was a terrible. That was a horrific header. The fuck was that? Indeed, my god, what a mong. That made no. Why would you do that? I would have taken off anyone else probably than Ndidi because of what Ndidi can still offer. Oh, Robertson's down. Oh, that's been interesting. Naby K turned to. Oh, I can't pronounce it. I can't remember that kid's name from the Greek lad. They came from Olympiacos during the COVID season. Like the Greek Scouts, as they call them now. The fucking Liverpool fans call them the Greek Scouts. They scored the penalty to win them the FA Cup. Oh, I can't never pronounce his name. Timicus. Or they just said the commentators said Timicus, so that's how I'm calling him. Timicus. He's coming on for Robertson, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. The Ox is shock horror. He's going off for Naby Keita. One injury-prone player for another. Gary saying Dewsbury Hall should have scored, headed that to no one when the goal was open in front of him. Yeah, as I'm saying, what on earth was he thinking? Ball come to him. Fuck, donk, head away from goal, head away from goal. Why would you want to score, Gary? Why would you want to score? More interesting if you miss. People actually say Arsenal winning games is rigged. Jesus Christ. In that case, oh dear, you got to laugh. I'm sorry, it would have made more sense. But I keep saying, I keep slagging Vardy off, but he ain't done nothing this game to prove me wrong either. It would have been. It made more sense to bring it. It made more sense to bring Iheanacho on instead of Vardy in that first half. It would cause so much more bother than Vardy does nowadays. Support him, someone bloody hell, on his own. Support for him. The support for him would be fantastic. Oh my God, Vardy, you mongrel. That's Greedy. If you're still in the chat, that's my new thing. By the way, calling anyone that makes a mistake, I call them mongrels nowadays for the men's team, like men's football anyway. I'm more dignified when it comes to the women's team. More respectful. I just call if someone upstairs that seems is having a nightmare, I'll call them out. If not, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Friday of the year last year would have got a penalty for that because he would have fucking thrown himself on the floor. You can tell he's lost that bit of pace to his game as well, Vardy. Just watching the replay there. Mr. Tom, I hope Ronaldo's able to live on 3 million a year. The poor guy, a week, sorry, the poor guy. That's what I'm saying. His kid's just gone. And know what? I admit defeat. I'm not. I'm not going to play for a top team in Europe anymore. I'm never going to win a Champions League again because of that. I'm going to take the money. In which case, if an American team, I'm assuming an MLS team would have come in for him, it would have made more sense to go to the MLS for a few years. For me, that's just if you're Portuguese, you're shooting yourself because that then screams that if he's going to Saudi Arabia to apply his trade domestically, there's a high chance he's retiring from international football soon. Mate, how many chances does Nunez need? Jesus Christ. Even Sonogan wasn't this wasteful at Arsenal in his day. And that's saying something. The guy who scored one goal for Arsenal competitively, but even then he wasn't. As I say, he wasn't this wasteful. I've got to say the goal he did score, the competitive goal he did score for Arsenal at the Emirates against Dortmund in the Champions League was the flukiest goal in the world. It's so fluky. But you take it all down. Again, you would have thought at the time we were all thinking, "Oh, that's spur him on now. He'll kick on." No, I don't even know where he is anymore. Because he was obviously at Huddersfield back into last season. I highly doubt he's there still now. But he's just fallen off. He's just never made anything of a career for himself, has he? Sonogo. First, bloody hell, saying something. I thought it was 1.5 million a week, 75 mil per year is my math. I don't know what I haven't looked at myself. But in 2 weeks' time, Ronaldo has been robbed in his part-time home in Paris. It's said they stole a Rolex worth 5k. However, would he be able to replace it? I think he'll be fine. Imagine going to set. That is literally retirement. Like you're admitting defeat now, and you're saying that everyone that's ever doubted you in the last 12 months or so, they're right, basically. Which makes his behaviour towards the people slagging him off even more pathetic. Oh, Vardy, you're fucking useless. You're just a useless streak of piss now. Any updates? Let's have a look over at West Ham, see if there's any updates. It's still becoming near the end now. 86 minutes, yeah, is basically 86-minute over at West Ham. Still 2-0, so it's basically Brentford have got 3 points there, unless they capitulate in the last few minutes. It's going to be another defeat, for West Ham. Which leaves them literally hanging on outside the bottom three by the skin of their teeth. Can't repeat that, Tom, but yeah, we all agree on that one. You've probably got 10 Rolexes and 20 penguins, like yourself, Tom, and just literally every other one's got a Rolex on them. 5k spare change. Oh dear. You'd kill to have that mindset of, oh, £5,000. That's pennies to me. That's nothing. Oh dear, it is what it is. He fell to the floor. Get up. Game's just peeking it out, and I've got 20 minutes to go. Here comes the Nacho. So they're going two up top, I'm assuming, because they don't take Vardy off. Yep, he took off Jose Perez and brought on Kirici in Nacho. So basically going two up top with Nacho and Vardy, because Vardy's offering sweet fuck all in his own up top. Watching West Ham, all their fans walking out, and Brentford fans chant, "Is there a fire drill?" I wish I could have found that game now. More interesting game than this, I can say. Oh, shut up. Yeah, Bell, is that a cop in? Give us a penalty. Okay, he wants to pop in, does he? Oh, right, 1 second. Yeah, he couldn't replace fans' phone. He smashed certain footballers on high wages last week. So, yeah. I mean, you mean Wednesdays, but still. Right, let's get a link, Gary. Gary, hope you're in the chat. Can put the link into the chat. That's a lot quicker, to be honest. If it lets me. If it lets me. If it lets me. Yay, there you go. There you go, Gary. The link's in the chat. If you're there. You can keep me sane for the next 20 minutes to kind of loosen my mind. Just repeat myself now. Oh, Liverpool. Saved. Yeah, he saved a shot. Fucking hell. Gary. Tom, you want to pop in as well, Tom? The link's there. Anyone else wants to pop in for 5 minutes, whatever, you're more than welcome, as long as I know you are. Anyone that doesn't have a camera on, if I don't recognise your name, you need to tell me who you are, basically. So I know I can trust you. Oh dear. Fuck, this game is so boring now. It's just petered out now. Liverpool been gifted a win by the looks of it. Gifted it. When I say gifted it, I mean because of the goals that have been scored are our own goals. Like it or not. Oh, what's that? No, you cannot, Colonel. No. You cannot join mid. You know what. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, how you doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Oh,
What's
not the best game in the world.
No. Just up in there. Okay. Got logged out of my the game I was watching.
Yeah, but Patrick Burnley are winning in the Championship tonight. Company doing well. That's part of the reason why he's been heavily linked with the Belgium job. So he has to pray he doesn't go to Belgium now.
Mm.
Tom's asking, can Derek 2 come on? That's up to Gary. Let Gary decide.
Derek too tries to take up all of the all of the chat. I mean, doesn't share. Something about Derek too. Yeah, but that's all right. Yeah, he can come on. So how are you doing?
Yeah, all good. Getting ready for tomorrow, but yeah, all good. How things your end?
All right, just finish my work for the day. Gonna hang out with you for a little bit and then figure out what's for dinner in the house.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't believe that defender scored 2 goals. Like Liverpool has not done anything.
No.
And Leicester City could have scored probably. I mean, the game could have been 4. I think somebody said 4-5. It could have been 4-5 easily based on how poor the shooting has been from both sides, and the fact that Liverpool got 2 goals.
Yeah. Dirk too is a big fan of yours, Gary. No idea why.
He knows a good thing when he sees it. That's all. Yeah. Let's go play his hurt over here on the West Ham match.
Is it still going? Is it?
Yeah, it's an extra time, and they're bringing out the stretcher.
Oh, who's gone down?
I can't see. I think it's a Brentford player. I can't see. It's Tony. It could be Tony. I think it could be Tony.
Bloody hell.
Because just going by because I don't know unless he's come out of the match. I'm not sure.
Let's have a look.
Yeah. Oh, did I turn the volume?
No, I've been on the pitch still.
Okay, so where is Tony?
17 he is. Number
17. I think it's Tony landed wrong. He landed really poorly on a leg. It looks like. Yeah, I think he must have. That's not good. Yeah.
He did makeup and wardrobe now for Derek.
Yes. Yeah, I think Tony. I mean. Yeah, I think it's Tony, right? Yeah. Yep, it's Tony. Yeah, that's not good. Well, you know what? I guess the only thing that if it's something serious, maybe he'll get punished and
he'll serve the ban while injured. Yeah,
and he'll just be out injured with it, as opposed to having it, be able to just recover. Yeah, Colonel Ward. These are not the droids you're looking for. It's not even cold. I just like the hoodie on my head. Oh boy, this could be another score here, and he hits the top of the net. Nunez is terrible. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, you got to be able to put that between that box, those 3 posts, and he had all the time in the world to pick a spot, and he missed it.
And that's why everyone Liverpool signed Cody Gakpo, because he'll take his chances.
Yeah, if he shot near post, he scores easily. I don't know why he went cross.
Seen it. I've just seen it.
I mean, all he had to do is just pass it into the post right in front of him. He would have scored.
Yeah,
that's crazy. You get Nunez, and then you go out and you get Gakpo. And do they play the same position? Or
Cody's more. He can play out in the wing, but he likes to play down the middle, like we saw at Holland and all that.
But Nunez will play out in the wing, right?
He won't have a choice by the looks of it.
So wait, how would they line that up then with Salah? Like, Gakpo really is going to sit in the middle? You're going to have a 3 up top or false 9?
I think it's just they'll literally be an inverted all rotation between the 3 out in the match. But as you say, false 9. Because it's not working with Nunez as the main man, as a striker. But Bobby Firmino's out injured.
Yeah, it looks like he could be injured. Nunez might have just got hurt there. How in the world did he miss that bad? Wow.
And I think Diego Jota before the game, he was thrown on crutches as well. So Diaz is out injured.
Nunez is okay. He's up and walking around, so it wasn't that bad.
You got Diego Jota out injured. You got Luis Diaz is out injured as well.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that it was as interesting as when you saw Gakpo for Holland coming. As soon as he turned in the middle, you knew you were in trouble. So if that's and that's he was coming from, but he was coming from the outside. That's the thing. I'm not sure about if he's already in the middle, how that's going to look. If he's going to be as threatening. Yeah. So, I mean, you can actually see Nunez taking a little break.
Oh my God! Brace yourself. Got a gangster penguin in the chat.
And they hit the post. Oh my gosh, he hits the crossbar. Oh, he's offsides anyways. I don't understand Derek too. I did not. I told you.
He wanted to dress like his hero.
I told him, you know what? The hood is, you have to. He's not ready for the hood. Take it off.
He's more hood than all 3 of us put together.
I told the man he's not ready. He's not ready.
Harvey Barnes is at the post.
What's that? He likes it really. He likes it really. He's just he's doing his serious face.
You said wardrobe, and the man got put on a hoodie. All right.
It's got fully thrown.
As I was coming on, I was like, I could actually just put this hoodie on him instead of me. Yeah, it's cold. I'm doing this for you, Derek, too.
Oh, God.
If I die overnight from hypothermia, it's your fault. Sorry. These are usually private conversations.
You're brave wearing a lead shirt considering what happened the other night.
Jeez. Leicester's, oh my gosh, Leicester's making Trent look like a good defender there. Oh no, this should be Nunez is in the box. Faz is there. And he gets the ball. Oh, poor pass from Nunez. They'll try it again.
There you go. There's confirmation from Green in the chat.
Yeah.
Tony, it was Tony stretched it off.
Yeah. He jumped in the air. It got hit in the air. I think he landed wrong. So I don't know if that's a knee or an ankle.
That defender.
I did hear you saying, "Where is Tony? Where is Tony?" And the thought that entered my head was, he's probably in the nearest betting shop. But just.
Oh, now he's gonna have a lot of time to do that. So does it? So if he's off injured, can he bet?
In theory, he'd have more time to do it. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Is he allowed to, and can he? Are 2 different questions.
I only asked the one question, so you can. So I asked the one question. You can answer that.
But no, I felt you were asking, can he? But what you were really asking was, is he allowed to? And it's like, no, but he obviously does, based on the fact that they went, oh, wait, he's placed 40 more bets since we last told him he shouldn't be doing this.
Well, supposedly those bets were before he was at Brentford, so I don't necessarily think that's the case.
Oh, fair enough. I mean,
I believe that's what it is, because he's only been there for what, 2 years? No, not 2 years.
3
years.
This is his third or fourth.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So,
But
This is third.
But I was saying earlier with the FA, how does that not flag up? 200 was it 236 as we speak? There's still more being investigated.
yeah.
How do you let that?
Well, that's because you know what? If you're in the championship, it's probably like whatever, you know. Then all of a sudden you come to the come up to the Premier League, and it's probably like, wait a second, let's just make sure we're all good here. Boom.
Colonel does not like anyone neutral in his. That's all I'm saying.
Colonel loves to get the needle out and start poking around and seeing if it pricks Mr. Tom.
It's a perfectly valid question. I mean, we could end up in the bottom three this week. We probably won't, based on the nature of the teams below us are below us for a reason. So we probably do have a couple of weeks of like breathing room, but realistically, we have got to start putting some wins on the board. So, what's that, Derek? You don't care about? Oh, you only care about Arsenal. That's right. Yeah, sorry.
Of course, top of the league, top of the perch.
So you only like Champions League football? Okay.
Right. That makes no sense.
I know. I told him. I went. You ain't played that for a while. He was like, yeah, but I can still watch it. I'm like, all right.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense. So who? All right. So what is it? Huh. And Wolves are playing United, or Manchester United. Nottingham Forest playing Chelsea, and who else is in the bottom three?
Wolves,
Southampton.
Yeah. Who are they playing? They are playing.
They'll lose anyway.
Who are they playing now? Why can't I Oh, they're playing Fulham, so they might actually have a good opportunity to get a point at least.
Depends what Southampton turn up basically on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking. Joe Gomez is coming on for Trent in the last 5 minutes. Yeah, I think that the way they've lost tonight, by the sounds of it, West Ham. I'll be shocked if he's still in a job by New Year's Day.
Who's that?
David Moyes.
Oh.
Just because of how big a drop off they've had this season.
Yeah.
I think that they will feel that the players they've invested in, because they've invested a lot of money in that team.
Yeah,
I think they assume they will get themselves out of it.
Yeah,
Antonio didn't play today. That doesn't really make it. That's not the reason why they gave up the 2 goals, but he came on late, right? So he was the only one that threatened us.
Yeah, I think Kenner just doesn't like Leeds because there's a hope Southampton stay up with Everton and Leeds, Leicester, and Wolves go down.
If he can make Mr. Tom cry, think that might be, then he might be done.
He would have really loved the 2003-04 season because those were the 3 teams that went down.
Greeny's in the chat says, "Come on, go." Fulham will hammer Southampton. Southampton are shocking. Nathan Jones is so far out of his depth.
I hear you. Well, I'm just saying that's the best chance any of the bottom 3 have of getting points
This weekend.
Fulham. Yeah. So, maybe it's not a good chance, but it's the best chance out of the 3. And Leeds is gonna also, they're in the bottom 4. So
you never know.
Yeah. Well, if they take the last 20 minutes of the match and figure out, can we do this for some part of the first half? Maybe. because it's there. Like when like you said, they have nothing else to lose. They're down 3. So what's the difference if they go down 4? Or they 4-1? It doesn't really matter, right? But you should be able. That means it's in there. And you said Tyler will be back, right? So that will help with the defense.
Greeny's going for Everton, Southampton, and Forest to go down. Hopefully, I think Southampton and Forest are going.
I've always liked Mark Green. Always liked Mark Green. You know what? Right, I look at him and I just think that's a man that knows what he's talking about. Unlike Colonel Ward, who is a man who's the opposite of a man who knows what he's talking about.
He just likes your pain. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's like, your pain is what brings joy to his face.
He's really going back and forth.
Anyone, just some American and a play named Bedford. What?
I don't know if he's a virgin. What's that relevant to anything? He looks like one. What?
Derek, too. Derek, I am not. Colonel Ward is
You're not involved in this.
I'm not backing you up, buddy. And I know Mr. Tom cannot handle Colonel Ward. So, yeah, I think, you better, be a little bold with your comments
right?
there.
No, Colonel's my boy. But sometimes you just gotta give your boy a tap on the head, like, and put him back in his place, bro. Like, you just gotta be like, you talk about Leeds, yeah? You coming for Leeds? You coming for the Leeds Army on Friday night at 9:51 p.m. Yeah. All right then. We'll see. All right, we'll see come May. All right, it's fine. It's fine. Perfectly acceptable. What's that, Derek? Too? I'm not even going to repeat that. That's just mad. I mean, but don't hate him that much. No, no. He's a good boy. He's a good boy, his Colonel. It's all banter. It's all banter. Not in the way that Richard Keys would say it, which then means you get cast off into Dubai for like 400 years. Because
to the point you complain that anyone that celebrates outside of Manchester, you're wrong-uns. You're all wrong-uns. You can't celebrate a win. How dare you?
Yeah, it was like, even I was like, I looked at the Arsenal celebrations at Ellen Road and I was like, yeah, you should be celebrating because you know you're fucking lucky, but you're won. So you should be celebrating. You should be relieved. Just utterly relieved. Like, yeah, I would celebrate if I'd won that match in the manner it happened. But
yeah, we got slagged off for it.
Yeah, no, to be fair, the only time I've ever slagged off celebration police, right, or the only time I've ever been that, and I was kind of proven right, were obviously you wouldn't have seen this because it was in the Championship, but basically Nottingham Forest won against Leeds at City Ground, and I think they either drew level on points with us, so we were still second and they were third, but it was either they'd gone level or one behind. And they celebrated like they'd been promoted, but the match happened in February. And then we went on to win the next 5 games, and they ended up finishing 7th. And it was like, celebration, please. Eh? Just don't get me wrong, right? I still remember it because they won. They deserved to win the game. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, we were shit on that night. We were terrible. Like, everything that could have gone wrong for us went wrong for us, and it was mainly our own doing. And they deserved to win 2-0. But I remember at work, I had my head on the table because I was sitting there going, we're not going to get promoted. We're going to fuck this yet again. But then we won 5 in a row and lockdown hit. And it's probably the best thing for us, really. But not the people who died. But sorry, that's a bit too far. But that's a bit dark. Yeah. So, yeah. But that's the only time I've literally sat there. Admittedly, because it wasn't my expense. I was like, all right, lads, calm it down a bit. You've not actually gone above us. You've only won a football match. And the season hasn't ended. I was like, calm down a bit. But generally, I do sit there and think, like, yeah, you beat a massive team like Leeds. Like, you should celebrate it, shouldn't you? You should. Like, we are the greatest team in the country.
When Man City scraped to win at home to Fulham, scraped it. I mean, scraped with that dodgy pen. They celebrate like they'd won the league down and then, like the league title had been confirmed and everything. Nothing said.
No,
Arsenal
everyone's
did it.
just like, Haaland scored. My favourite thing about that match was, I think it was a Man United fan on Twitter. With enough of a following for this to have gone viral. But basically, Haaland scored and it got disallowed, I believe. But Haaland had done the celebration, like in the corner flag and all that. And then they ruled it out. So he snapped the screenshot of it and he's basically like, when you think you've scored the winning goal, but you find out you haven't. But then it turned out he did score the winning goal because then they got a penalty with like a minute left or something. I can't remember exactly. And it was like, so he did score the winning goal. So your tweet that you think is really clever and probably was clever 20 minutes ago actually isn't clever because he's done the thing that you're claiming that he hasn't done. So, A, go fuck yourself. And 2, enjoy the embarrassment. Sorry, pardon my language. Sorry. Just... He did it.
I didn't hear him. I did not hear him say anything.
Oh, dear. Green's saying that.
Colonel's sitting there going through like, what can I say about Leeds without repeating the word relegation?
Leicester's too busy. Oh well, Liverpool gets all 3 points.
Shocker, they got gifted to them. They did nothing in this game. They got gifted the points, literally, by the opposition. Jesus.
I've seen a few Liverpool fans on the old socials that have been like giving it. If we get Gakpo in and like some players come back to fitness, we start playing Firmino up front with Gakpo and Diaz, then the goals will start flowing. It's like, you don't have to score goals. Tonight has proven you can be absolute gobshite up front and still win because the other team will score for you. I mean, how I've never seen it more set up for a team to do well. Of course you're going to qualify for the Champions League. Your strikers are in no form and you're 1-2-1. I mean, how else can you describe it?
Your record signing striker can't hit a barn door and you win a game still.
Yeah, but see, I wouldn't have purchased him because I would have took a photo of him and I'd gone, he looks really familiar. And then I'd have gone to the Championship and looked at Reading's squad. I think he played for Reading. I was like, well, he looks like he's a Uruguayan Andy Carroll. Like,
oh, do you see that? There's actually a tweet. It's Andy Carroll and Darwin.
They do genuinely look alike.
It's funny. You said it, and I'm like, wait a second. That's you'll see it here. I just sent it to you in the private chat there, but it's actually Andy Carroll and Nunez. Says, how do you explain Nunez? And then it's a picture of Andy Carroll. It's like this. Oh my gosh.
Derek too likes the things you find on Twitter.
Yeah, this is a funny one. If you say, yeah. Oh man, I'll try and share it with you guys if it lets me. Let me see if it lets me share it here. Paste.
I mean, I've got to be careful how I respond to that in 2022, but you know.
Please do. Please be careful.
But you know.
Yeah, that is a Colonel.
Crossing boundaries. Yeah.
Well, think about it. So
I prefer to think that I provide a safe habitat.
Yeah. I was just gonna say Liverpool and that team have been very lucky this season in terms of how teams have played them. Either today where they kind of gave them goals, and how that team seems to always play against teams that just don't like to finish off games either. So that's a funny one.
That
you
team's
right.
luck's going to run out though soon.
Well, there's only so many games they can play badly in the first half and then actually undo it in the second. Like eventually that's going to turn into. Eventually that will turn into 2 bad first halves. Bad first half, bad second half. Got carried away then.
Well, no, the trick is to get that third goal. that third goal, that second goal, whatever it requires based on how the game's going, right? If they had, yeah.
Oh dear.
Misfit, I think the difference with Newcastle is that they're not actually expected to get top four. I mean, really they are, but no one sat there before beginning of the season going, if Newcastle don't get top four, they're in trouble. They're in this. Exactly. Because what all Newcastle are now going to do until their owners up and leave is basically, all right, what's the reason we didn't get every trophy this year? We'll upgrade that position. Next year it'll be, what's the reason we only won 3 out of 4 things this season? We'll upgrade that position. Who's the best? Who's the biggest, best striker in the world? And do they fancy the cold weather up north? That'd be it.
Yeah. Just seen that. I've seen it gone into their last link as well. Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear.
Sorry, Ronnie. Sorry. Yeah.
It's true though. Literally, one wins a World Cup and one goes, everyone's right. I'm off to Dubai.
He's like 75 mil a year, winning, right?
What I will say is,
you can buy a World
Cup.
Say
what you will. Yeah, say what you will on a sporting level, like Ronaldo versus Messi. But if I was in a situation where losing meant that I make the most money that any footballer has ever made on a contract, I would be perfectly okay. I would literally go. How would I sleep at night?
On top of that money.
Many women you can plant next to me, and any sort of thing that gives success. I mean, I'd just be like, you know what? I'd be like, I'd have to pay someone to invent reasons to be stressed.
Yes.
Because life would just be dull, wouldn't it? It'd just be like, okay, I need to get some milk for my coffee. Oh, wait a minute, I'll just buy Starbucks. The building.
Just buy the shop.
Yeah.
For me,
and you can buy one every week.
Exactly. Make it interesting.
Yeah. How many Starbucks can I buy in a month?
My assistant isn't already stressed enough. I'll give him some more paperwork. Buying
coffee shops.
What we buying? Yeah, what we buying this week, Mr. Tom? Well, there was that porno shop on 7th and 4th, and I'd just be like, they're like, really? I'd be like, yeah, why not? It's a dying industry because of the internet. I mean, sorry, I'm getting all business like, what's that? Tom's a business expert. Sorry, I did go to university to do it, but sorry. I'm saying too much out loud. Sorry.
Yeah, there's the inside voice, right? You get the inside voice, and you're like, yeah.
Oh, if I was on like £1 million a week, I would find ways. I would spend money to make sure Tottenham had less money. Man United too. Man United as well. I would find ways to inconvenience them.
You can buy out the stadium and then like have nobody go.
Buy out
the stadium and then have the opponents go to their stadium, so they get there and it's like 90% of the opponent's fans sitting there like laughing at you.
Maybe laugh then. Sorry. What I would do is I would buy Old Trafford, and then I would literally sit there, and when the players waddle in to be like, oh, it's game time, I'd be like, is it? And I'd eat the key. So no one could play that day. It would be the most needless and expensive taking my ball and going home you would ever see in your life. Because there'd be like 90,000 people there. I'd be like, no, I don't fancy letting you all play today. And they go, what, do you own the place? Acting like you own the place. Go, actually, I do.
And then click, you turn the light off.
Yeah.
You just turn the light off, and everybody, all the lights go off, and get out.
And I'd make the executor of the estate of Old Trafford, Derek 2. What's that? Oh no, it was a surprise, buddy. It was a surprise.
See, Derek 2 is an extension of what's going on inside that head of his, and
I've only got 5.5, Derek. It's not 13 of them, Colonel. Keep up with the law, mate. Keep up with the law. It's like Game of Thrones, but worse. Slightly. Slightly worse. Slightly. I mean, that final season wasn't popular.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go hang out with the family for a little bit. Maybe I'll jump on the stoop later on this evening.
Are you doing a show tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Gary?
do the show. I was gonna do it earlier. I know that might conflict with what you're doing, but
No, it's fine.
I'm supposed to hang out with Ryan after when the game's on. So
Yeah, Sky and the Infinite
Yeah,
Wisdom
yeah,
in the UK.
Yeah, it's fine, mate. Whatever time. Yeah, it's fine.
okay, cool. So that's my plan, and I'll send you the link later.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
people. Thanks for joining us on Mr. Arsenal. At least joining me on Mr. Arsenal podcast. I'm gonna head out, and Arsenal tomorrow. Leeds also tomorrow too. So for those who want to, either laugh or cry with Mr. Tom, you can do that.
Yeah, I will put myself. It's probably going to be during the Leeds game, so I'll be saying, Colonel, I'll be a punching bag basically, won't I? Every time Newcastle bang one in.
True. Yeah, so I might. That's why I said I might have the show at 10 my time, which is the time of those second games of the day. So
I'll
All right.
change my name to Almiron's bitch,
there you go.
depending on the result.
All right, see you guys. Have a good one. Talk to you later.
Everyone. Bye.
Yeah.